Y'all, this is one of the biggest hauls I have ever pulled, and I just turned 30 on the 28th of March, so kind of a big deal. Only turned 31, so you're dirty 30, and I kind of went all out. My wife kind of spoiled me. It's a big haul, so this video might be a little bit longer than usual. I don't know. I'm a certified yapper though, so then again, maybe not that much shorter or longer than usual, but I got some really cool stuff to show off, so I'm really excited. Thank you for taking a few minutes to hang out with me today or tonight whenever you're watching this. Hope you're having a great day or night whenever you're watching this, and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I'm the Stone Mandalorian. You can call me Cody or Stone Man, or whatever you prefer. And like I said, just turned 30 on March, and me and my wife, we have our little rituals of going figgy hunting every weekend, just one of the simple little things to take away the stresses and kind of get all the responsibilities and stresses of everyday life, and just really kind of escape a little bit, get out of your own head is good for everybody, I feel like, and just having a hobby or interest. Everybody needs a hobby or interest or passion. But I got a lot of stuff to show off, y'all, so let's go ahead and start right into this thing. First off, check this out, man. This thing is 31 inches. This is the Jakks Pacific. Came out in 2014. Now, Jakks Pacific's been around for a while. If you grew up collecting wrestling figures like me and my brother did, you had plenty of Jakks Pacific figures, JAKKS, and they did also do some clone troopers in this scale. But we were at one of my local comic shops called Heroes and Dragons, and this guy we were checking out, and I seen him up at the front. He was just looking at me, dude, and I couldn't resist. I mean, just look at him, dude. He was just looking at me, just. So I was like, dude, this thing is so cool. It's so rad. The detail and the sculpt is really neat. It's really badass, man. So I seen it up there, and I asked the guy. I am a regular in there, so he's seen me and my wife. He knew who we were, needless to say. And I was just like, seen it up there, and I took a little scanned video of it for a video that I'm working on. And I was like, hey, man, how much is this? And he was like, $15. And I was expecting him to say 30 or 40. So I was like, shit, I got to grab this. So on the way out, I snagged this Jakks Pacific 31-inch scale 5 POA Luke Skywalker. Comes with the old school E11, even though it's just a little dash of silver right here, but whatever. Still a really cool pickup, and happy to snag this thing, man. It's so righteous, so badass. And next up, I'm just going to get these out of the way. I did get a big bad pile of loot, and I got Kalnaka here. Really excited to get this figure reviewed. Wookiee Jedi. Feel how you want to feel about the Acolyte. It wasn't it wasn't the best. There was some parts that were but man, there was some really badass parts in Acolyte too. There was a lot that I liked about the show, and Kalnaka here was one of the coolest parts. So really excited to get this figure open, get it on the shelf in my small little Acolyte corner of the shelf. He looks really badass. Got the soft goods, trying to get that glare off of there. Green lightsaber. It's a little long from what people have been saying, but he is a big character, so he's a Wookiee, so why wouldn't his blade be a little bit longer, so it's whatever. Next up, we got Commander Bakara. Kind of like a hit and miss. You can kind of see he's got a little bit of the droopy visor going on here, so that is a little bit of a bummer, but nothing that a little bit of paint can't fix, but it should be sharp like that, as you can see. Really sick side art, though. I love the mural packaging. I love this new packaging, and you can see that kind of plastic piece they have in between the legs and the comma, because this comma was the dye from the comma was bleeding onto the actual figure, so that's a bummer. That's a no-no. So they started putting this little, it's kind of hard to see, and you can kind of see that plastic piece they have on the inside of it there, kind of translucent in the back right there, but then the visor itself kind of got a little droopiness. It's not really sharp on the corners, but that can be fixed. And he's also missing the 2 dots, so which he has, as you can see. He's got the 2 dots right there, but they couldn't put it on the figure, which is not a big deal, but it's still a minute detail that's obvious on this character that they shouldn't have missed. It doesn't kill the figure, but it is a bummer, and it should have been there. It should have been a paint app that was there. But let me quit bitching. Still excited to have this figure. Revenge of the Sith, and that's another thing. Look at that subline. Revenge of the Sith, baby. That is good to freaking see, man. I love this. I'm looking forward to seeing more Revenge of the Sith in the Black Series. which we have been. We got a bunch of card backs coming. We got Dooku, R2D2, Kit Fisto, the 501st Clone Trooper. We got a lot coming over into the Sith, man. Next up is the Clone Wars Clone Commando. Or Clone Commando, I'm sorry, Commando Droid. I'm tripping, y'all. It's been a long day. It's literally like, I don't know if you can see my watch right there. It's like 1:30. Yeah, it's like 1:30 at night here in South Carolina on the East Coast, but really excited. It's probably one of my most anticipated figures of the year. There's been some mixed reviews on it. Obviously, like the obvious things that has been pointed out in the community, the Vibra Blade could have really used some paint on it. It's a little void of paint. I mean, the figure itself, this is like perfect representation of the Commando droid, man. The sculpt is on point. The paint looks good. All the hits on the joints and it just looks awesome, man. So, yeah, like I said, one of my most highly anticipated figures of 2025. So I'm super stoked to have this. Really awesome, badass mural art packaging right there. I'm a big fan of the yellow for the Clone Wars subline. So that was what I got from Big Bad. I also did get a little early. Well, I already have it packed up. I got a little gift for a friend of mine, but I already have it packed up. Now, as well, Target. It is spring, so Target, Amazon, they're going to do this spring sale. So Amazon, I got some of this stuff from Target, which I'll get into in just a moment. Like I said, it's going to be a little bit of a longer video, so make you some coffee, just sit back, relax. I hope you enjoy the haul video, and let me geek out over these toys. So I picked this up. This is the 4-pack of the X-Wing pilots, TVC. Picked this up for like 41 bucks and some change. It usually retails for about 55. So I seen it for 37 bucks. I did pre-order. I have Luke's X-Wing pre-order, and I actually have Luke on card. I might bust them open to put in the X-Wing when I get it. So I was like, these would be cool to just have kind of like standing around the X-Wing, kind of like talking shit, shooting the breeze. And it also comes with a Duros and a Marilyn. I forget, like basically Luminara's species, Luminara and Barriss Offee. So it comes with 2 aliens and 2 humans, so that was pretty cool. And the X-Wing outfit is just, the jumpsuit is just iconic. So pick this up, 40 bucks for $41, $42 and some change for 4 TVC figures. That's roughly like $9, $10 and some change per figure. So I'm always that was a good deal. So by the time I post this, it might not be on sale anymore. But I usually, that's why you should follow my channel too on Instagram or YouTube, because I do usually post stuff like this. I post deals and stuff like that. Like anything that I'm trying to cop, I'll post for others so y'all can cop it as well. Get on y'all's shelf. So I'm going to try to let's get into the Target pickups. I showed you my Big Bad. This was actually from the comic shop. I told y'all that. We're going to skip the comic shop and go to the Target pickup. So I grabbed the Suko Mimus, and this is from the I believe Suko Mimus were in Camp Cretaceous, which is the first Netflix animated series, Jurassic Park or Jurassic World version. As you can see, this is from Chaos Theory, which it is the sequel to Camp Cretaceous, if you ever watched that. But the Suko Mimus is a super interesting. I love the patterning. The paint on here looks really good. He's got a really cool chomping feature here, as you can see. It's just cool, man. And the sculpt just looks badass. Like I said, you can just see the paint on here. I actually don't know much about, I would spit y'all some facts about the Suko Mimus, but I'm actually not super knowledgeable on this species. So whenever I do my review on it, y'all know me. If you've watched my reviews, I do my research if I don't know about it. But looking forward to doing some more research on this guy and figuring out exactly where he was from, how long ago he lived, how big he grew to be, and what he ate. So obviously carnivorous, of course, but he might have even been a pescivore. I'm not sure, which means he would eat fish, kind of like similar to a baryonyx or something. But picked this up at Target for like $20 and some change. This was on sale as well. Target doing their red circle sale. And staying on with the Target stuff, I'm going to move on here. And I picked this up from Target. If you've been watching my channel lately, you know I'm a huge fan of McFarlane's 1/6 and 1/10 scale comic cover statues, or pre-posed figures, as he likes to call them. But this is just, I seen this, man, and I just couldn't resist. It was just, the packaging is just so cool. I mean, just check this out. Secret Wars issue number 8. This is basically when the symbiote, the black costume was debut. This is the symbiote costume's debut, basically. Just I love the packaging; it's so good. And if you don't know, these statues are basically they are modeled and represented after the comic book art, as you can see. They are direct representations for the comic cover, and you can see it's got the blue cell shading on the muscles and to give it those shadow effects. Symbiote costume is one of my favorite costumes of all of Spidey. So these 1/10 scales, or I'm sorry, 1/6 scale statues are about $50. I scored my old issue 301 Spider-Man 1/10 scale, or I'm sorry, 1/6 scale for like $40. But in my opinion, these are totally worth $50. You can find the 1/10 scale ones for about 35. Todd actually just released Storm. I forget which version. Storm, Daredevil, Cyclops. Todd's putting out, man. He puts out the volume. That's for damn sure. You can see it comes on this awesome base down here, and I just love the packaging, man. I was thinking about leaving this one in the packaging, but I got to get it on the. I literally almost hit myself in the face. I'm so excited. I almost like knocked my. See, there I did. I just hit myself in the fucking glasses. God damn it. But yeah, dude, this is so badass, man. Just look at it. All right, I've been talking about this long enough. So, scored these from Target. I'm trying to see what else. I think that was everything I got from Target. Just the Suchomimus and yeah. Okay. So next up, we're going to get into my comic snags. So I'm trying to organize here. These ones here, I got to keep up with the dinosaurs again. A Stigliomock, or basically as what they call them is Stiggy Moloch. So this is basically, if you don't know what Pachycephalosaurus is, this is basically like a juvenile Pachycephalosaurus, or not even a juvenile, but a younger version of a Pachycephalosaurus. So really cool. This even has like it rams its head or whatever. As they get older, they lose these spikes. Very, very cool animal, and I was super stoked to find this. $10. I believe this figure came out in 2020 or sometime. As you can see, it says Camp Cretaceous on there. This was the first Netflix original series. Yeah. Wait. Yep, 2020. So this is a 5-year-old figure. I really like the paint job on it, the kind of neutral, earthy color. So $10, that was a snag, man. And then next up, I also scored this one. I already have Wolverine and Deadpool, the Marvel Legends, but I scored another one loose for a little overpriced. But the reason I paid $33 for this is because me and my wife's favorite number. That's like 33. 333 is like our 3 in general is our lucky favorite number. So she's seen this. She's like, I know you have this one, but I feel like we should just buy it because it's $33. I was like, fuck it, because I have the one that I have displayed on the shelf now. I have them with the Hugh Jackman alt head because it just looks phenomenal. They did Marvel Legends they did a phenomenal job. Matter of fact, I'll just grab it real quick. It's right here on my desk. They did such a phenomenal job with this Hugh Jackman likeness, man. I'm just so impressed with that. It looks just terrific. Just superb job. So like I said, I have that one, as you can see, displayed without the cowl or the mask. So now, thanks to Mrs. Stone, thank you, baby doll, I have one with the cowl now. So that's badass. So those were from LT Toys, which is another favorite place of mine here in South Carolina. So now getting on here to, oh no, I'm tripping. I got more stuff from LT Toys. Really awesome toy store, really cool guys. It's actually a younger guy that owns the shop. So I picked up this DC McFarlane Robin. Robin was one of my brother's favorite characters growing up, and also I have a Starfire, and I just thought, I'm a big fan of Teen Titans. I grew up watching it. I was like, man, I know this isn't the Teen Titans Robin. I was like, it'll work for me. I can have Starfire and Robin up on the shelf to kind of have some kind of Teen Titans little corner going, but really cool looking figures. You can see the paint looks awesome. McFarlane really hit. The proportions aren't too bad on this figure either. Sometimes the arms can be too long, or like the chest can be too stocky and the legs look small, but this one looks really good. And just look at the back art, man. I love that so much. So cool. And this is Tim Drake as Robin, if you weren't DC Rebirth. And because you can see I got this 25 open. It's hard to find this version for under like $50 to $70 on Amazon and eBay right now. I'm sure it's it's not impossible to find it for lower, but 25 bucks, man. I know it's open, but it's got all the accessories. He's got a wired soft goods cape, and again, the paint on there looks terrific. The card is still in the back. I think he's missing the stand. I just noticed that, but who cares? I got other random DC stands that I can use. So 25 bucks, that was a cop, man. Super stoked to have that. And another one, or I got two more from LT, and we'll go ahead and grab them now. Y'all, this was I got like over, this was one of the biggest hauls I've ever gotten. Me and my wife had an absolutely great day. I had a good steak dinner with my folks, and figgy hunted literally all day. And a little bit of flour involved as always. You know what you're here for. I'm the Stone Mandalorian, dude. If you don't like it, bye. I'm just kidding. Nah. But this is another one I got scored Batgirl for 20 bucks. And really, like, again, just a great looking figure, dude. I needed some kind of representation for Batgirl, for Barbara Gordon. She comes with the grappling hook. She's complete. She is sealed, so that's pretty cool. You can see this is her interpretation from Three Jokers. It's just the figure on the back. Not as cool as the Robin art, but really good looking figure. Super stoked to have Barbara Gordon or Batgirl in the collection. And for 20 bucks, that was an easy pick. I mean, that's actually the first time that I've seen her in the wild, so that was pretty cool. And then last up from LT Toys, I scored this Empire Strikes Back Vader for 22 bucks, man. And my Black Series people know this version of Vader is very hard to find for under 50-55. So I think this is the best Vader in the Black Series line. This is everybody's favorite Vader. It certainly is mine. It's kind of like my definitive version of Vader. So super stoked to have the ESB Vader again, because I do have, like I said, I do have him, but I keep him in box. He's up on my wall right now, so this one is going to get opened and put on the shelf. He's going to look great next to my Bespin Luke. So that's awesome as well. Again, thank you. If you're still sticking around by this time in the video, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. I'd greatly appreciate it. I hope you were enjoying this haul video. I sure enjoyed picking this shit up, and thank you all for spending a few minutes with me and letting me talk to you about it. Next up, we're going to be going back to Heroes and Dragons, which is where I originally got the Jakks Pacific Luke right here. Such a dope pickup, man. I love that thing. So you're a little short for a stormtrooper. So next up, I picked up this Saga Collection Kit Fisto for 10 bucks. Really decent card back on here too. I believe it's labeled 99 or probably 2000 something. Okay, it's 2001. I don't know if you can see that on there. But 2001, we got Kit Fisto. The paint looks really good. Really cool still image of Kit here. Really badass. You can see this is him from Attack of the Clones. His look kind of differs slightly from Attack of the Clones to Revenge of the Sith a little bit, if you pay close attention, but it's a really straight, good-looking card, too. For it to be 2001, man, that's really badass, but I will probably end up opening him up and putting him in my 3 3/4 inch section, so really stoked to get Kit for 10 bucks. Saga Collection is always nostalgic when I see this type of box, so that's awesome. This is another great pickup. I've never seen one of these in person. And this is the Queen Amidala Portrait Edition. This is made by Hasbro. You can see here it's labeled, I think it says 99 on it. No, 98, a year before the movie. 1998, man. You can join the Star Wars fan club. So you can see the back of the box goes at this really cool window. You can see how yellowed it is just from it being so old. But there is Queen Amidala here in this really cool Episode 1 packaging, as you can see. And then you can open this up. It's got a Velcro sleeve. And check this out, dude. Hi. But this is really rad, man. I love this so much. Here, I'm just going to talk like this while I'm showing this off. So I really love this. It's so badass. You see, we have different interpretations of Padme here in her different queen outfits. Obviously, the red dress is most iconic, especially from Revenge of the Sith. How dare I? The Phantom Menace, baby. So, really cool. And I scored this for 10 freaking bucks, dude. It is opened. It's not sealed, but I don't care. Still really cool. And you can, here, let me give you a closer look at you can just really see all the nice, really cool ornate detail. The soft goods are very nicely done. Super ornate design. The colors are still looking really great. And look at the paint on there, man. It's just really, really cool. Man, this thing is almost 30 years old, box and figure and all. So for $10, I seen the blue sticker and I looked, they have like a little color coding chart. I seen that blue sticker and I was like, $10? And I don't have any red dress representation for Padme or Queen Amidala in my collection. I was like, no, I got to grab that. So I'm going to try to work it in somewhere in my display. And I would like to try to display it open like this somehow, just so you can really see her well. So for $10, man, I just couldn't pass it up. I was like, why not? So very, very interesting pickup for sure. Oh, I almost forgot to. So the guy, he said there's also a helmet down there that comes with Luke, but I knew didn't come with him because clearly too small, and I knew that. But then I grabbed it and I was like, you know what? He's probably just wanting to get rid of it and just kind of give it to me. So there's a helmet down there that goes with him. And I was like, I almost said something to him. I was like, I think that's a little too small. And I was like, I think I know what you're doing. I was like, oh, okay, thanks. So got this. If you know what this is a really different design for a stormtrooper helmet. Obviously, as you can see, the breathing apparatus, the grill part this part underneath the grill is a little bit different compared to a traditional stormtrooper helmet. And then it's got the black paint trim around the sides and everything. And also, the eyes are one solid visor, whereas on the OG stormtrooper helmet, it would be two separate pieces. So if you're familiar with what this is from, or what is this, like a pilot? I don't know what this is. So I'm probably going to paint it up, kind of like do like a little stoned Mando stormtrooper helmet, have it sit on the shelf somewhere. I just thought it looked cool. So, and it kind of just got thrown in for free. So like, why not, But very, very cool. Super stoked to have that. And I got a couple little more small things right over here. And these are just some cheap little goodies because they're just cheap. Like, why not? My wife found that. By the way, my wife helped me find a lot of the stuff. She is such a huge help. She's got a great eye. She kind of like, I get a little obsessive, and I really like I start looking at dates and like really like I get obsessive looking at everything, and she's able to like really scan through it quick and like, baby, did you see this? Baby, did you see this? So really happy to have her with me when I'm looking at stuff. That's for sure. So got this thing for $2, man. $2 freaking bucks. And you can see the other figures that came with it as well. Got Venom on there and stuff. But for $2, me and my wife are huge Spider-Man fans, especially my wife. So I was like, screw it. Why not? It's got sculpted web lines. Come on, Hasbro. I'm just kidding. And then this one here, green tag, $5. $5 for the Star Wars Action Collection, or R2-D2. And like the detail on it is really cool. I figured this would be a cool like desk or either desk figgy or shelf filler, whatever, man. But for $5, it was just kind of like, why not? You can see the box is in very rough shape, but it is also from 1997. 1997, man. I don't know if you can see that on there. 1997, dude. And you can see the other figures that came in the Action series, or what is it called? Action Collection, I should say. You got the Jawa and Yoda. So I might try to track those down too, just to go with this. But this is pretty cool. Excited to get this open and get this on the desk or somewhere on the shelf for sure. It looks really, really cool. So yeah, $5, dude. Like, why not? It's like at that point, it's R2-D2. As I get older, I find some kind of like weird comfort and nostalgia for R2 and 3PO now. Like before, it was like when I was a kid, I was like, Vader, Luke, lightsaber, Clone Trooper, Commander Cody, But like as I get older, it's starting to become like the more, I don't want to say niche, but y'all get what I'm saying. It's just something different. R2 and 3PO are like the first two characters you ever even see in Star Wars. That opening scene of 77, A New Hope. That first scene of 77 or A New Hope, whatever you want to call it, it's the first characters you see is 3PO and R2-D2. So it's just a lot of nostalgia for me, man. Very cool. And last but not, well, actually not last. I have something very special. I'm gonna save for last. But this was something I have wanted for a very long time, very, very long time. I finally picked up the Stap, and I picked it up in person. This is a beautiful looking figure. I am so happy to have it. I'm really having a hard time figuring out if I want to open this thing. I think for now I'm going to keep it in box until I get maybe one or two more, because I've been meaning to pre-order these, or not pre-order. I've been meaning to pick these up off Hasbro Pulse, but you have to get like I think it's like $80 or $79 worth of shipping, or worth of an order to get free shipping. So you end up paying like 60. These retail for $50, but with shipping you have to pay around. It'd be like $60 and $63 and some change. I did end up picking this up for 62 at the comic shop, but I was at the comic shop, so I feel like I'm kind of paying for the experience, and then I'm helping out them as a local toy shop. So it's just like, it was worth it in my opinion. So because I was like, for me to get off Hasbro, I was like, well, if I'm gonna pay shipping for one and I can just get two to get free shipping, I'm just gonna buy two, right? Well, I've just had so much other stuff going on, other figures I've been buying, and I just keep getting sidetracked. So I'm literally looking there and at all the Black Series. We had walked around. We usually go straight to the Black Series, me and my wife, when we go to this particular comic shop. And this time we actually started at the NECA and the Marvel Legends, and then worked our way around the entire shop, finishing off with the Black Series. And I'm sitting there looking at all the stuff in the box. They have a great, great selection of Black Series at Heroes and Dragons. And I'm looking, and my wife's like, "Look up there." And I've been talking to her about this for months now. Months. I'm like, "Babe, I got to get those." She knows what a stap is because I've been bothering her so much about it. Because before she did not, I was like, "Babe, I got to get that stap next week. I keep freaking forgetting about it. I got to get those staps." Like, so she pointed up at it. She's like, "Babe, look." And I looked up and seen it there, dude. And I was just so giddy. I dropped everything. I didn't literally drop it, because then they probably might not like that. It's just figures though. No, but I stopped what I was doing, put everything down, and I just like grabbed it. I was like, "Whoa, dude, this is so cool to finally see in person." And the episode one, the packaging just sucker punched me right in the face, dude. Like, so hard. So I think this one's going to stay in box for now. I probably will end up picking up another one or two in the future. And then who knows, I will open those up. But finally, Stoned finally has a stat, baby. Let's fucking go. I'm so excited. It looks fantastic, man. If y'all know, my regulars know that I'm a Phantom Menace slut. Episode 1, it's one of my favorites. It's like probably top 3. I didn't say it was the best. I'm just saying it's one of my personal favorites, up there with Return of the Jedi. But this is just so cool. Love the swampy backdrop of Naboo. Just really, Hasbro really did a great job with this nostalgic packaging, man. Paying homage to that 3 3/4, and it's actually might have been to the 3 3/4. That's right. So cool, man. And last off, where are we at? We're at 27. Not too bad. I would say I'm probably gonna yap in this thing. This damn haul video is gonna be fucking 45 minutes an hour. So I'm doing pretty good on time. We're just now approaching 30 minutes. So these are actually, I wanted to save these for last because these are really special. This is basically like this is the root of this is what started the Black Series. Sorry for the bag if you hear that. This is the root of Star Wars toys, and is 3 3/4. So that's why these are so cool to me. Sorry, I'm trying to get my shit together. So I picked up, y'all. So we walked in, and I always got to look at the loose stuff. They have like these huge cabinets of loot. They'll have bins and like little wood like cabinets full of loose bagged figures. Me and my wife always go looking. Y'all, somebody must have sold their Kenner collection, because it was the most, besides the pristine ones that you see behind like in the glass cabinets, and they have them for like 80 or 200, like really nice paint and shit. This is one of the biggest, most well-loved, played, dirty-looking Kenner collection I have ever seen in person. I have a picture, and I might put it in this video as well. I have a picture my wife took of me. Photo credit goes to Mrs. Stone. Love you, baby. And I'm just sitting there like, dude, I should have counted how many Kenner figures there were. There were so many, dude. There was duplicates. There was triplets. There was quadruplets. They had 5 Hoth troopers. Like, it was crazy, dude. So let me quit yapping. Let's get on into these Kenner. So we have Zutton here, and I would have taken these out the bag, but I think they're, if you don't know, sometimes these older figures, they can get what's called the plasticizers, and the plastic can get sticky over time. Oh, this actually isn't sticky. So, but over time, exposed to humidity and certain elements, the plasticizers in plastic action figures can start to degrade, and it makes the figure feel sticky. So, if you've ever grabbed an old action figure and it's had that sticky feeling, that's just the plastic degrading. The trick you can do to get the stickiness off of those older sticky figures, get you an old cup or pot that you don't use anymore, fill it up with some cold water or lukewarm water. It doesn't have to be hot, but preferably cold water and soap, like dish soap, and just let your figures soak for a good 12 to 24 hours. Just let them sit for a day or overnight, and it'll pull like that stickiness, that tacky off of the plastic very well. But first off, here we have Zutton. This is so freaking cool, man. And this is labeled 1983 on the back. I was going to try to show y'all. It's probably going to be hard to show y'all, but yeah, it's going to be hard to see. But this is labeled. No, I'm sorry, not 83. This would be from Mos Eisley Cantina. So this would probably be 77 or 78. So this one says 78. So it came out a year after. I don't know if y'all can see that right there. It's kind of hard, but here is Zutton 1978, dude. And look at this figure. Look at the paint on it. It's got a couple scuffs, like not a lot though, man. Like it was. I have some in here that were very well loved and played with, but this is a really good looking. This thing is literally almost 50 years old, dude. In 2028, this figure will be 50 years old. Is that not wild? So that is so cool, man. The paint on here, how good it looks, just blows my mind. Absolutely blows my mind. Where did the dang? I want to try to keep the dang daggum play. Okay, I'll do it in a minute, I guess. I want to keep this rolling. So next up we have, and I actually already have one of these. This is the AT-AT pilot or driver, whatever you prefer to call it. And this is probably labeled 1980, I would think. Yep, 1980. I don't know if you can see that right there. 1980. But as you can see, the AT-AT pilot. You see the kind of like, you see how it's discolored a little bit, that yellowness going to the white gloves. It's so cool, man. This thing is almost 50 years old. Is that not bananas? Just absolutely nuts. Look at the paint apps on there. So clean. That's awesome. So, where did I put Zutton? The hell? What am I doing? Y'all, I have so much shit here. I kind of went a little off the handle. And my wife, she likes to spoil me. She's totally an enabler when it comes to my hobbies and stuff, especially my figures. So I'm just, there's so much stuff here. Okay, I'm just gonna, you know what? I'm just gonna put these right here. I'm gonna have to clean my desk off later. Y'all know me. I like these one take raw videos, you know. But next up here we had, and all these were $10 a piece. And some people, y'all were like, oh, $10 a piece, you're crazy for paying them that much. But honestly, dude, they make me happy, and that's what matters over everything. And honestly, for as good as they are, they just look so good for the time. I'm so, it's astounding to me how these still look so good. Now, some of the ones that I was looking at, like the arms were popping off or the head was popped off. Like there was a couple rough ones that were super dirty and the paint was scuffed up. But that just means they were well loved and played with, man. So I don't know his name, but this is a Reese. If you're not familiar with the species, you can just see the sculpt in the paint is just so awesome, man. So cool. So there was the Reese. I picked up like 10 of these, y'all. And Gen X Brian, my good buddy, me and Hyperdrive and all of our buddies in the community, Gen X Brian, a very good friend of ours and supporter. I have his profile picture here. X-Wing probably, I think this is Wedge, if I'm not mistaken. Wedge Antilles. So, see, this one's a little bit dirty and played with. Now, see, this one feels sticky. I'm going to have to do, see, and I just noticed the foot was off on that one. But there was so many of these, man. I might have to go back and get a couple. It's like try to get one that was a little bit better. So that's pretty rad, though, man. Pick that one up. Next up, I have a Ugnaught. What is a Ugnaught? And again, like I said, these were all $10 a piece. Oh, this one's sticky too. Empire Strikes Back, going in the carbon freezing chamber, taking Han. So that's pretty rad as well. Next up, we have a Weequay from one of Jabba's henchmen on Jabba's sail barge. This one also, see, okay, I'm feeling the sticky figures now. I'm surprised those other ones weren't. We just look at the paint and the sculpt on that, dude. Is it not so phenomenal? Whoever had these, they must have took some good care of them. But like I said, now there were some that were in rough shape, but overall, these were very well loved. Next up, we have, my wife actually found this one. We have a old vintage Kenner Yoda. Now, he is missing his snake and his soft goods, of course. But I just think that's so cool, man. It's a little bit of history for Star Wars toys, you know? And this is labeled 1980. I don't know if you can see that here. 1980. That's so cool, man. We have come a long way when it comes to toys, man. That's so cool. All right, y'all, we're getting through these. I know we're getting at, we're approaching on 40 minutes now. So I appreciate, if you're still sticking around in this video, I appreciate y'all hanging out with me, man. And next up, this is probably labeled 83. Yep. 83, we have Nine Numb, the co-pilot, the Lando's co-pilot for the Millennium Falcon, blowing up the Death Star 2. And just look at the paint, dude. And the sculpting is just like, oh man, it's so ahead of its time. So crazy, dude. Absolutely wild. In 2033, this figure will be 50 years old. Absolutely insane, man. It's so cool. This is a cool one as well. There was a lot of these as well, man. There was probably like 5 or 6 Landos. Look at the paint on that, man. The blue shirt, and the camera just does no justice, man. The paint on this figure is like just honestly impressive. It's so cool that it's just look at the hair. Still in such good condition, man. And that says 1980, I figure. Usually they're like a year after or a year or the year of. So pretty cool to have Lando too, man. That's awesome. All right, I got one more. 2 more after this one. And I had to pick this one up because I wanted something that was 77 related and something that was stamped 77. So in 2 years, this figure will be 50 years old. And we have Princess Leia from A New Hope. You can see this one was well loved and played with. She's kind of scuffed up, her hair. And you can see this one is labeled 1977, dude. I don't know if y'all can see that on there. So awesome, man. And last one, y'all, and I'll end this video and quit my yapping. Again, I appreciate you all sitting around listening to me and checking out my hauls. This one is pretty cool. Now, this is no rocket firing Boba Fett, but it is a Boba Fett nonetheless. Check that out, man. This is probably 80 or 81, I believe. 1979, actually, it says. So a year before. This was when they would release toys and media like before a movie came out to help promote it, you know? But this is just another little cool piece of history. And just again, look at the paint on here, man. It blows my mind. It's so wizard. The sculpt on this is just like, it's incredible, man. And the paint on here, again, dude, like it's fantastic how the colors have held up over time. Don't get me wrong, like you can see there is some scuffing. Like these figures were played with, and like I said in this video, I've well loved. I've said that I've probably overused that phrase in this video, but it's true, man. So, but yeah, these are just little pieces of history for Star Wars toys in general. This is the roots of all Star Wars toys is 3 3/4. So this was an absolutely epic haul. There was not a thing I would change about my 30th birthday. Shout out to my mom, Mama Mando, and my wife, Mrs. Stone, and all my other friends and family for reaching out to me. All of you in the community who hit me up and in our group chats and on Instagram and in my comments section and stuff. I just appreciate all of you so very much, man, and showing me some love. It feels good to be 30. Life is worth struggling today for a better tomorrow. I'll just leave it at that. But I hope you enjoyed this haul video. I sure enjoyed picking this stuff up. It was an absolute blast. Now I went a little bit overboard. I really need to pull myself back a little bit. I got plenty to review. I really need to. I'm still saving up for ICC. That's still on the horizon. It is less than 2 months away. May 16th to the 18th in Tallahassee. No, that Tallahassee is Florida. What the hell? In Murfreesboro, Tennessee. That's what it is, near Nashville. So got to start saving up for that con, man. So I'm super excited for that. But at the same time, you only turn 30 once, so you got to say fuck it sometimes. We can't take it with us, can we? So, but like I said, I hope you enjoyed this haul video. If you did, leave a like and subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. Hope you're having a great day or night when you're watching this. May the force be with you.